especially after that last game, has given them some insight on how they could potentially beat KCP in this rematch.
Yeah, and having a coach can be a viable asset in a match like this. Just having a little bit of insight, but I have a feeling you know all about that. But yeah, this will be Team Secret versus KCP. I can't wait to see them on Bernal. Looking at quick loadout, it seems like we are bringing the Titan back into play. Love the drip on both teams as well. I really like that mask that one of them is wearing. It's kind of like I don't know, what is that, Egyptian mask. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
definitely looking pretty cool as both teams have spawned in. Seems like Team Secret has spawned a little bit closer towards Vault 1. They're going to get the tap and go for the setup and get ready for this first engagement.
Oh yeah, already starting off with a bang. KCP gets opening damage onto OG. Neither Elix or Roma can get into a spot to heal him back up. Finally, OG gonna get that heal back up here. KCP holding on that high ground. Now, spawns on the ARN opens up a lot of possibilities should Llama find a very good opening shot, especially with that BFR Titan. Now for Team Secret, looks like they're looking to try and collapse in on KCP if they can get a good opportunity to go for this pad. But on this pad play, a lot is going to be just weighing on that early opening damage or early bit of info with that glitch. Here we go. Glitch is going to land really quickly. A nice pad jump on, but KCP, they do get the upper hand, even with the advantage of ping, and even with the advantage of being vanished. Team Secret, they go out. It's going to be a very nice first win for KCP.
Yeah, I think Team Secret did everything right there until the actual engagement. We saw them set up, we saw the bounce pad, we even saw them going invisible and just getting ready to just go in there, but they fell almost too directly into KCP, I think. They needed a little bit of space, and as soon as they got in there, there were dome shields, there was just a ton of chaos, and it sadly didn't go their way. But with that said, now they're going to come back in, get ready for this next engagement, but KCP is setting up. They're getting the high ground, they're trying to intercept, they're trying to just stop Team Secret before they can get in any closer towards this vault. But right now, we're watching as the gateway has been placed. They get almost directly in there. Are they going to try and bait this out, or maybe they just stick it? They tried to pull off of it, but now it seems like the engagement is really about to start. They went back through the gateway and are trying to find any opening right now that they can. Looks like they got some good shots off on Brendy. Brendy very low. Llama down to half health as well. They're charging in, trying to get him. Didn't know that he was hiding underneath the staircase. What a great little spot and a tricky way to get away from that. It looks like KCP is getting all of their health back up. They're going for a direct steal right now. They pull it Winchclaw out of position, getting some heals back off, but it looks like they're chasing down Llama, taking some good damage. Llama goes down. It's all on Brendy. They're going to have to force this steal. This will be a perfect time to get him in there. It looks like Spawns was able to get rezzed back up, and maybe one more engagement's about to happen, Artie.
Yep, Brendy and Spawns able to really hold it down up top, but unfortunately for them, not able to hold the cash. So, given the fact that they avoided the team wipe, it opens the opportunity for them to get in a little bit faster here, but that's only going to matter if they can find an opener before Llama gets in. Right now, Team Secret has every advantage. They know that the timer is working in their favor. All they need to do is avoid this fight, come in and kite around, making sure that KCP spends all their utility in the process. Now with Llama back, KCP, they have to take this engagement as soon as possible. Starting off though, Team Secret, they're going to be setting up this point with every bit of defensive utility that they can. All of the goo in place, all of the gas, and immediately Team Secret pops the bubble. KCP, they lose Brendy off the rip. They lose Spawns off the rip. Just down to Llama from that staircase. Not going to be able to do much. That's Team Secret picking up the first cash out.
Wow, that was a perfect kite. I love the gas because you just see that panic when it's like, oh no, what can we do? You don't have a fire barrel, you don't have anything to just stop it, and they're forced off a position, and then the timer just runs down. Love that combo. C4 gas, really a great way to control whatever you are trying to control. With that said, now the Team Secret has gotten the tap on Vault 2. It really feels like they might have found their momentum getting into this. I see the speed, I see the strategy starting to unfold. They're looking for the positioning, and they are just ready to intercept KCP and just deny this vault from them as long as possible and just get it out of there.
Well, if they're going to do that, they are going to have to make sure that they can get a proper setup. What often befalls some of these teams is once they actually run away with the vault and they go for this early plug, they could get jumped on really quickly by a team like KCP. And just like that, OG going to go down as the entirety of KCP falls on the slowest member of the team. Roma and Elix now left standing. Elix has to try to get into a spot to get the trophy, but I don't think that res is going to come easily. KCP, they're camping the body. For now, it looks like Roma has tossed the vault away, possibly reorienting all the way over to Cash Out C. And Spawns has caught him out, but not going to be able to finish that kill just yet. Roma, so slippery, able to get away like this. But for now, once OG coins back in, we'll see if this little bit of a split fight that's happening right now is going to go in the favor of either Secret or KCP.
Yeah, this is not where I want to be right now if I'm Team Secret, because they are completely spread out. Team looks like Roma just went down in that fight, and now they're probably going to have to coin in unless they want to swarm over there and grab it. But right now what's happened is it's allowed KCP to just grab the vault. They've taken control of this fight. They got Roma down, and they know that Team Secret is scrambling to just try and stay in this battle and potentially wait for their teammate to coin back in. Watching as Brendy's getting some good shots off with that FAMAS. Nice little range on that thing as well. Just keeping everybody at bay from Team Secret, but they're starting their advance. So Roma has coined back in. He will join up with the rest of this team in just a second. But there's the gateway. Everybody's about to be right on top of each other. They're feeling very aggressive. Nice little winch pulling the Titan out. Trying to get one shot, but the goo stopped him. Chasing him again, but the goo walls just bring him to a stall. Looks like OG is just scrambling to try and find anybody. He regroups with his teammates, and they're ready for the next engagement.
Yeah, what a play, pushing through their own portal with the Vanish Bomb at that. That's one thing I love about Team Secret. It is sort of the bread and butter is that Vanish Bomb play. It allowed them to get through, but KCP was able to sustain. They just ran away, fully kiting that fight. And at the same time, though, Team Secret, they've now established height. They've now established presence. Now they're going to go for a bait. On this bait, though, KCP is going to force him out of this position. But are they going to be able to get there in time? Looks like Secret just hold this. Where was KCP in that steal? They're on their way back now. It looks like they're already trying to get this flip. That's going to be another bit of an upset. But in this 2-on-3, Team Secret unable to take advantage. It goes back to KCP's possession. But Brendy, he's going to give his life in order to take that box. For now, Team Secret, they're just playing the sustain game. As soon as Spawns or Llama goes down, they collapse on the last player. And there it is. It's going to be Team Secret taking that team fight. But KCP's not out of the running just yet.
What a back and forth. I am amazed and impressed at how many times that changed hands, and it really just changed the entire battle. But Team Secret were able to get the upper hand by just getting the steal and then watching and finding the perfect opportunity to really dive on the rest of KCP. They got, each one of them got a win. They each got their own kill, so they really played it professionally, and now KCP is spawning back in. I don't even think that they have enough time. It is going to be a complete dive on point, and it's going to be a pretty desperate one at that. There is the gateway. They're all charging in. The time is running down. They drop it. They try and go for a steal. It doesn't look like that dome shield landed where they wanted to, and time is up, and it is now just a killing floor as Spawns goes down, and that is the wrap on the first map. Team Secret with an amazing performance so far.
The redemption arc is real. Being able to be timed and tempered as an EU team up against NA aggression is the tale as old as time in the finals. But seems like in Season 8, the differences that are coming through with poke damage versus brawl are starting to get figured out. But check this out. I mean, no doubt a little bit of that EU ping getting in the way of both Llama and Spawns here. Two donuts. But Brendy, fantastic damage, fantastic support score as well. I gotta say, though, here, looking at Elix, with more support score than damage, it just goes to show that trying to keep the heavy alive is a very important metric for winning some of these fights with the big freaking revolver.
Yeah, no kidding. And what I saw play out really well is that it seemed like Team Secret had their formations down well. They had everything kind of spread out perfectly. They knew when to spread out, they knew when to kind of regroup, and it just seemed to play so well. It seemed like a nice coordinated piece of music, in all honesty. And I just think that KCP just weren't able to find a little bit of opening, a little bit of break. They needed to win just one battle to just find that opening and force Team Secret off into a corner, get the res, and it just didn't happen. So I'm really hopeful that what was claimed to me to be a very close game, we actually see something like that, because I haven't seen that just yet. It's been close battles, but really it still seems like Team Secret's a little bit more of a dominating force.
Well, with Sis Horizon coming up next on the
Mhm.
NA ping, I definitely think that we're going to see a slightly different play style. Now, a lot of these teams, they opt to use the BFR either only on ping or only off ping. So we'll see exactly how both of these teams decide to take this approach now that we're going to an NA server. And I do have to say that one of the biggest things about Sis Horizon in this new season is that with teams swapping to heal instead of DMAT, it's changed a lot of the way that teams are playing around certain points. Especially you look at campus or you look at office workspace. There are so many places on this map where without the DMAT, it feels like a completely different beast entirely.
Interesting. Yeah, and I am kind of amazed so far that it's seeming like in previous seasons we've seen that there was normally like two fights per cash out. But right now we're seeing it's turning more into one long battle, and it kind of is. It's exciting to me because you've got this strategy of keeping everybody alive. You know, you're some people are running healing beam again. It's just so dynamic. It's really changing the game. And if you watch that last video that came out from the finals, their devlog, that's kind of what they wanted. They wanted these longer battles so that it really allows more just gameplay, more emergent everything to happen. And yeah, I kind of love it, but I see that some teams are struggling to deal with it. So let's see if KCP are able to find their footing, are able to kind of show up against Team Secret, especially now that they have a advantage.
100%. We'll jump into this looking to see exactly what the plan is for both of these teams. And for now, looks like Team Secret is still going to be committing to that Vanish Bomb. We've got OG now on the SA-1216 and Llama as well. SA-1216 on Sis Horizon definitely seems to be the preference for a lot of these teams here. Just given the fact that you have a lot more close quarter battles, even though there are big sight lines, leave that to the FAMAS. Leave that to the 9-3R, the Pike, whichever you decide to take out. But SA-1216 proves dominant on both this map and Nozomi. We got KCP currently in charge of the vault. Question is, though, who is in charge of this rotation? Team Secret has put themselves up in art to try and figure out where this vault is going to go. And they want to try to get an early cutoff on cash out A or B, depending on where KCP decides to bring the box.
Yeah, it's a good setup in all honesty because they have both sides pretty much covered. They can run over to B almost immediately, and I think that's exactly what we're about to see. They've gotten the call, they know it's there. They're all running on that zip line. They're ready for the engagement. Looks like the vault just got plugged in, but immediately these teams are ready for battle. They're charging up. We're watching as Roma now going off to the right. A nice little formation from him. It allowed the rest of his teammates to kind of go in and create a pincer move, and I think this is a great play. Watching him now, he has the 93R. Explosions are going off. The cash out is starting to tick down, and now they are making their approach. Running in, it's still keeping that light at bay. Hasn't gone in just yet. He's now blocked off by Goo. This is not going towards their plan, but it is a very slow battle so far, Artie.
Oh yeah, but immediately Elix and OG take it away. Perfect positioning by Brendy on this upper deck. Allows him to just get that damage out in range. Roma immediately looks for a barrel to get that team reset coming as soon as possible. An unfortunate approach for Team Secret is they could not find the way into this box.
Boy, I thought that was going to be such a longer battle. I threw it over to you because I was like, oh, this is a lull. And then immediately everybody just dies.
And immediately coins like everywhere. It just happens sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
But Team Secret, they're going to be respawning over on campus. A very quick approach, probably the best case scenario as far as spawns are concerned. Question is, are they going to be taking this approach in the same direction? I think they've learned their lesson by now. we'll see what happens as they TP in. KCP is going to be privy to these motions. For now, though, Team Secret, they've opted to go outside. Pad is going to be ready. They're going to be jumping up, and on this upper platform, Llama does not opt to use that RPG early, but Elix is down immediately as Spawns gets a good angle. Llama getting some damage traded back to him, but for Team Secret, if they don't get that res on the Elix, then they're going to have to work this out with just a light and heavy. OG on half HP, almost takes up Brendy. There it is, the pick on a Brendy. Is he going to be able to get the It's a double! It's a 2-on-1, but that timer's ticking down just now on Roma versus Spawns. 1v1, Spawns comes out on top, and the box goes to KCP.
Man, that was a close battle. I really think that it was only one because Spawns had a little bit more health. And my god, that was a fun little light versus light right at the end. I was really rooting for Secret. Even if they didn't get the kill, or even if they didn't get the cash, I was hopeful that they would get the kill, but didn't work out in their favor. So now we're starting to see a little bit of a battle between these two teams, and I'm kind of loving it because right now, this is what I want to see. Vault 2 about to be tapped by KCP, but Team Secret is here. They're immediately trying to intercept them, trying to stop them off, but my god, looks like Spawns just got deleted in that first explosion. Some goo goes down and chasing them up with the SA-12. They're trying to get any entry that they can and is moving towards a stairwell battle. These teams are moving closer and closer. KCP being chased by OG. It looks like both of the winch claws went off. OG couldn't get the better of that battle. Brenny gets 2 down. He's chasing the last one. Roma not looking good, trying to stay alive, dashing out of there, goes Invis, falls down a level away. This will be a great opportunity for Roma. He's trying to stay alive in this, and finally, he gets deleted. What an amazing performance. Staying alive, he was dancing all over the place out there.
I just can't believe how well that vanish bomb worked. He almost completely juked him out, but as soon as it wore off, unfortunately that timing where he tried to get that damage finish off Brendy, but his health bar had already come back. But still, a great fight here for KCP, and no doubt they're happy about this ping. We now see that the next cash out over on Office is going to be a little bit easier for KCP to hold and start. It's already plugged. Now, Secret taking ultimate height here. They opt instead to drop down to the very bottom. They know that KCP is separated right now, and finding their angle of entry into this separation is going to be everything. But immediately, Spawns knows that they're coming for him and they smell blood. He's going to be able to rotate all the way around underneath, make his way back over to the rest of the team. So, for now, KCP and Team Secret both hold together. We do see Roma trying to find his own angle. For now, this is a timed and tempered approach from Team Secret.
Yeah, they are definitely taking their time. They don't want to just dive into this. This will be a one cash out battle, I believe, just because there's just not going to be a lot of time. We're almost halfway done with this cash out. It is running down, and they still haven't made their move. Team Secret is sadly getting a lot of chip damage away from them because KCP is on that ultimate height. It is the best vantage point in this entire map. But here is their approach, and it seems like Roma just got down almost immediately, trying to pull somebody out of the winch claw, trying to trade a little bit, but sadly is all on Elix, as he is the last remaining person and is not looking pretty as he gets deleted. 23 seconds till they respawn back in. They might have one opportunity, but it is going to be an absolute dive onto this point. Strategy out the window. Gameplay, gunplay is really good where it's going to matter.
Absolutely. I mean, there is a sliver of time, but it's going to very much depend on if they get a good spawn. It's going to depend on if Roma's going to be able to throw a good TP here. A lot on the line, and KCP, they know that with that time being so dire, they play with those gas barrels. Now, looks like Team Secret did get an optimal spawn, but as that timer starts to tick down, they have to get on the box now. As that box goes in, we see Elix go out. That's going to be the end of this run here. KCP is going to take map 2. That is a flawless round from KCP as we get ready to jump over to map 3.
Map 3 and going to change to the EU servers as well.
Oh, it's going to be a coin flip.
Oh, it's a coin flip. Okay, so I didn't.
It's gonna be a coin flip. We'll figure out who gets the server after a little bit of a coin flippage. But take a look at the scoreboard here at the very end and figure out Team Secret versus KCP on Sys Horizon. Is ping really that much of a decider? We see Elix with 0 kills, but Spawns, Llama, and Brendy all pulling equal weight here. Almost a mirror image of what happened the last time. So I do think that this specific approach really is going to come down to this coin flip. see who ends up with the advantageous server. But coming back into this next one, going to see what happens. Looks like it was heads. We'll get confirmation from production. It's going to be an EU server for the
Ooh.
decider. So this is definitely going to be an interesting battle, to say the least.
Yeah, to say the least. And like I kind of hate to say that it's might be a ping difference because we just saw a complete mirror of what we saw in the previous match. So it is very tight. These teams are very close and it's just I don't know. It's interesting to see which team is able to kind of come out on top. But that's what you're rooting for. You're rooting for somebody that can break through that ping disadvantage and show that hey, ping doesn't matter to me. Ping doesn't matter. It is all about gameplay. It's all about strategy. We're a worldwide team. You know, we play scrims all the time. We can work around this. That's what I'm hoping for, and that's really kind of what you got to root for if you are a KCP fan at this stage, because they've got a little bit of an uphill battle as we move into it. And Artie, do you remember what the last map of this group will be?
I sure do. Written down right over here is going to be Monaco for the
Mm.
decider. And now Monaco is a map that in this patch has been very divisive. A lot of teams
Mm.
are out here running the healing emitter, the nice little H ball from the heavy, as well as the BFR Titan. A lot of teams are opting to run their light on LH1. Yet on Thursday, we saw a lot of teams have different ideas of how to play this map. Specifically, seeing teams running the P90 versus running something like the repeater. Of course, now with the pike being fixed, we might see some teams go back to that. But there is a lot that is sort of riding on which teams are more comfortable with the poke meta.
Yeah, it's amazing that it is really just evolving into the poke meta, and I think that this will be a wonderful map to really see which team is stronger at exactly that. Because there's just so many rooftops, there's so many areas that you can really allow the pokes to kind of really shine in an opportunity like this. So I am excited. I know that Team Secret has been playing very well, but it'll definitely be really exciting to see if they're able to just kind of knock them off of their footing. If KCP is able to come in there and just show everybody else that, hey, we can poke, we can prod, we can take down the big boys of Team Secret. But yeah, we're about to hop right into it here on, yeah, our last map of this group.
Absolutely. We're about to load in here. And as a reminder, when it does come down to the coin flip for the servers, we do allow teams to have the opportunity to rehost before the first vault, depending on if they get the unoptimal server choice. Because both NA and EU have servers that are on different sides of the planet, and you want the one that's closest to both. You want the East Coast servers for NA, you want the West EU servers. So we'll see if we ended up with the Western Europe server or if we're all the way in Siberia. But once we get into that first vault, figure out what's going on.
Absolutely. It is a one versus one. This is going to determine it all. I am excited. Love to see the Titan in hand. I think it's one of the more exciting weapons that we got in this last update. So, really fun to see it in some really strong hands because, my God, what a fun weapon it is. But moving directly into it, we immediately see a bounce pad going off, trying to pull themselves away with a gateway and get them closer towards that first vault. Team Secret, again, has the ping advantage here, so we're going to see if they're able to hold on and take it into the next round, or if this is where we say goodbye.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be seeing big pokies coming out of the Kansas City Pioneers here with Spawn on the LH1 and Llama on the BF1 Titan. More than that though, we are gonna be seeing Team Secret also committing to what they know best, keeping that BFR Titan, but also locking in the FAMAS and 9-3R. So a very different approach from both of these teams. Of course, you still have Secret running the Vanish Bomb, which on this map will help them to cross the gap, but that Vanish Bomb is going to be very much matched by double heals. Although, not much you can do to heal through that, Llama. It's just down to Spawns now, who is just hiding behind a box. So he sees the invis, but unable to deal some damage there. Almost takes out Roma. He does get the tag onto Roma. Spawns now has the opportunity to get a res on one of his teammates. Not sure whose trophy that is just yet, but the res might come to fruition. It's going to be Llama. Brandy just going back in. Team Secret going to be getting Roma back up as well. A messy fight to start it off, Rio.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't even tapped the vault, and they're just decided to go at each other's throats. They want this battle to continue. They just want to find the advantage and then go for the tap. It doesn't help that the Vault 1 is off to the side, off to the left a little bit. But there is the LH1 taking some shots off. Didn't really connect as they wanted to, but now this rooftop battle has brought them all on top of each other, trying to find some shots off. It doesn't look like Spawns is really connecting on that just yet. Seems like it might not be the choice for this weapon, but Roma just deletes Spawns, and we're moving over. It is all on Brendy. He is the last person remaining, and he just gets chased down, and sadly he hasn't gone down just yet, but there he goes. Roma on just a sliver of HP, and they were able to continue that fight, and now they're going to tap Vault 1. And I don't know, I would bring it over to Grandma's house, maybe around B. Where would you take it?
I mean, yeah, Grandma's house, especially for the poke damage, is going to be a lot better. But I will say, I was watching OG with the BFR Titan. Those shots hit hard. And that's the thing about Monaco is that it is really a poke paradise. But for Spawns being shoved off of his corner with the LH1, he's unable to hold OG back. And it's really just whoever gets in position first, right? Both these heavies are running with the Titan. And now, in this case, on this next fight, it's going to be OG not able to get there first. So OG forced off of his angle. Neelix to be healing him up. Again, seeing the heal beam is so crazy after just what feels like years of dematerializer play. But now, we're going to be seeing Kansas City Pioneers try to figure out their entry. It's just going to be early damage, trying to get that light on an angle. A glitch will try to hold them back, but Team Secret, they're unwavering. A little bit of Vanish Bomb play as well to get an early angle. Roma trying to cut off on that sideline. It's going to be Llama that is caught out there by Roma. Early damage, early glitch as well. KCP trying to get this rotation. And wait a second, I just realized a vault was never plugged. KCP has just stolen the vault.
Yep. No, we're almost 4 minutes into this game, and finally getting our first cash out. These teams just did not want to go for the vault. They didn't want to kind of expose themselves, I assume. But right now, we're watching as both teams are going at it. They're driving directly on top of each other. Everybody inside this dome. The Titan trying to get the shots off, but they weren't able to get it. It seems like Alex went down in that battle. Brindy is the last person remaining. They have to get a heal back up, and they did get a res, but all of Team Secret is up, and there goes Brindy deleting the remainder of KCP. KCP will have to respawn, lick their wounds, and come back at it. But Team Secret looking pretty as they get the steal, and they're going to have all the time in the world to get set up and really hover over this next cash out.
Wow, I mean, just what a great fight there. This is what I'm talking about, where you have these opportunities where teams get a big fight, they get a big moment of clarity where they can just say, hey, we're going to go and move, and we're going to get this plug early. But with no time to set up after the plug, you can just get collapsed in on, and it's very difficult to know what to do in those situations. Oh, a quick TP coming out from KCP, but only two players go through it. One contestant from KCP is left behind, but on this crane height, it will quickly swap back down to the bottom. Looks like Team Secret, they're just trying to play this kite game, staying close enough to the box to stop it. Bait coming out there from Llama, not going to be committing to it. They're going to remove all the utility. Team Secret, they're unwavering. TP flip going to be coming through. Looks like they're push off the box for now, stalled out with the goo. Looks like Team Secret is just letting this timer run down. KCP, they don't know how to engage this fight. They don't know where Team Secret's core is playing from. And so for that, KCP, they opt off of the box. They know they're not going to get it no matter what. They're just trying to chase down any players that they can here, Rio.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate because you could see just the scramble. They're just not able to find any opening at all, and now they're just trying to find any kill right now. Llama getting deleted in that first engagement, but boy, it is just a back and forth and really just trying to hide. It's more of a poke and prod, just like you've mentioned before, but OG with a great shot just deletes Brendy. Sadly, Team Secret goes down, spawns with just a sliver of HP as well. So these teams know how to battle. They know how to just hide and kite and play their life. And that's exactly what we saw there. Team Secret just played that box, played that cash out perfectly. They did everything that they needed to and just really made it just so challenging for KCP.
Going to be a very interesting next fight here. KCP, they have the opportunity to get into that vault early, but for Team Secret, they spawn really close. Kind of advantageous spawn here over to Grandma's house, where once again, Cash Out B is going to still be available for plug. We do see Cash Out C being also on this side of the map, closer to that flat top. See what happens with this vault. Doesn't look like Team Secret is interested in playing close to it or trying to get into that vault fight. KCP, they have height. Team Secret is right now just respecting that. Looks like they're waiting for their opportunity to vanish, pad, RPG in that order.
Yep, the setup is here. This is some of the slowest gameplay I have seen in a while. The meta is making this a very different playstyle and experience to what we've seen, casted, watched in the past year. Can't say that I don't dislike it at all, because boy, here it comes. The engagement finally is there. They decide to just clash directly on top of each other. A lot is happening in this rooftop. Llama goes down in that battle. Alex is very low, hiding off in the corner, but it looks like they might have a little bit of a sliver of advantage. Bringing in there, the light just heals him back up. And look at this. The goo is keeping him in this corner, but sadly, Alex goes down. It's all on Roma now, and Roma is trying to delete Brendy in this battle. He has some good shots on him, but he decides to go out from the engagement and try and get the res off, but now they're just chasing each other down. Goo is just blocking everybody's approach. They're on top of each other, and I don't think they know it. The battle is continuing. Which light will take it? Brendy is a little bit low, but it seems like they've lost each other. A res finally went off, and it seems like now is where everything will turn, but now it is 2 versus 2. This is absolutely wild. It is just a cat and mouse game. They're trying to chase each other, and now Alex is coined back in as well. They're starting the approach. Spawns back in the battle, and again, no team wipe has happened. Things are slowing back down for just a sliver, as it looks like these teams are set up and ready for the next engagement that's happening right now, Artie.
Oh yeah, a good pick there as Roma takes out Llama to start. Spawns has the trophy in hand, but Brendy, he used his fib relatively recently. No opportunity to get him back up. Roma collapses in, takes out all three. That's going to be Team Secret with ownership of this cash out. Over here at Grandma's house, we're going to have a lot of time to set up coming in next.
Yeah, and the advantage of Grandma's house is that they can see basically every approach that they will spawn in from. Ooh, nice little winch. Brings it out into the garden area, and I think it's even balanced on one of the support beams right there. So really interesting play style, really interesting performance, but here it comes. They throw a gateway, trying to bridge any gap that they can to get over there a little bit closer, but it seems like they took a lot of damage just getting over there. They're now close to the objective, but his time is starting to tick down. We're more than a fourth of the way down on this cash out, and it looks like Team Secret is set up in the perfect position. They do bring Spawns down, but they bring him up almost immediately, and things are going really slow, but this cash out is running down almost halfway there. The Titan missing some shots off. It is a high risk, high reward weapon, but he is not connecting with them, and it seems like OG is struggling just a little bit. He gets an elbow and gets a little bit of damage, but sadly goes down there. It is a 2 versus 2, but they bring him right back up.
Yep, need those fibs up, and that's exactly why you keep your medium at close range. But again, KCP, even with double heals, don't find the opportunity to use them if the enemy team is just aggro. Team Secret, they've locked this one in. Just one more team fight remains. Kansas City Pioneers, they have to get in close to this team fight. For Team Secret, they've already kited around like this once before. See if they can do it again. On the respawn now, Kansas City Pioneers, they spawn on the Cathedral. They're going to be just enough time to make it over, but not enough time for a coherent team fight. So, as they drop in, they're going to be trying to winch and get this cash out closer to them, but immediately, Llama is gone. He's going to get res back up, but damage has already been done as Brendy is eliminated. That's going to be the game here for Team Secret. As they pass on the next matchup here. Unfortunate end for KCP, but Team Secret moves forward.
Yeah, KCP played well. They seemed to try and counter everything that Team Secret did, but it just seemed like Team Secret had just a little bit of advantage over them in almost every fight. They did lose one map to them, but I gotta say, just the performance, just the placement, you can see just the strategy just really rolling with Team Secret, and I gotta give them credit because it's fun to watch. And OG with 10 kills, Roma with 9, you gotta love stats like that. They were really popping off, and it seemed closer than this. I really thought the KCP had more kills than just this, just more than 7, 8. Yeah, a little sad to see, but yeah, boy, what a performance by Team Secret.